Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it break a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear not hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rub and cheat, and not press the poor. Make up what I sing to. Make a man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan. Make a man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite part, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the them can sell out Rasta and sell it out. I sell out Babylon. They give man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead can sell out Rasta and sell out. I sell out Babylon. Just stop on the front. You might throw a stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing. Man throw a stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black big man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rasta man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
I hear the cry of every baby that is now hungry in a community that is not yet reached. It goes to bed with me. And I have to think of it in this way. Do I try myself to jump on a helicopter with a package to reach the baby that is crying?
During his tenure in a position, the Prime Minister heard the cries of dead babies. Now in government, the Prime Minister is hearing the cries of hungry babies. The schizophrenia continues rolling down the road. And with the complete detachment and disconnect from reality, we now can diagnose that we have a psychosis, Prime Minister. Good morning and welcome, globalists. Thank you all for joining us. We have found Mr. Green literally on the back of someone, and we will bring to you Mr. Green's happenings and going-ons this morning. Labor rights, good morning. We also have a job for you. Zara Burton said, we need JANKROs in St. Elizabeth, labor rights, so we have a job for you, because the inhumanity that we are hearing from you over social media in relation to people in worst affected disaster areas. Maybe the labor rights can just be the JANKROs that could clear the caucuses around the country. Good morning and welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good morning. Welcome, one and all. Thank you for joining us. We're back to the Dead Baby PM this morning again, and we are appealing to a heartless government to do right by the people. And we're going to go down to Mr. Green's bravado, a lot of it. Morning, everybody. Me so start the roll call again. I'm going to just wait till me get back in a me fixing business. But morning, you're all welcome. You're all appreciated. I'm very thankful for my audience. We'll go right over to Mr. Green on other people's back. Because you know we've been searching. We have today been searching for Mr. Green. And wherever we find this little todger hitching on somebody's back, we will bring the little midget to you. I want you to hear Floyd Green's work.
Today is day 3 post Hurricane Melissa, and thankfully we had a number of small wins today. The JDF is now fully established through their DART, and they have started distributing relief packages. A number of our citizens got relief packages today, courtesy of the JDF. Additionally, a lot of attention was paid on clearing Black River. This is going to be a long process, but I was happy that the Minister of Works was on the ground today to see the devastation and to again work with the NAA to see how we can accelerate the pace of bringing back Black River to make it at least drivable so that we can navigate the town. A lot of groups helped out today, and I want to tell them thanks. We need all the support as possible. So big up Shaggy and Solid Agency, they were on the ground helping out. Big up the Juicy Bee family, they were on the ground helping out. Big up World Central Kitchen, they touched a number of communities, Crawford, Arlington.
Yes, Pamela, it's a little midget.
That really helped. And you know, you have been giving. So many of you have been reaching out and dropping off things at locations in Kingston. We got some of our first packages today, and we started that distribution. So we know it's a long road. And we also know that there's nothing that we can't conquer together.
So you heard the little midget, and his explanation explains to you that he was on everybody's back. The little midget could hitch a ride on. Let's listen more from the midget.
We're at the loan pumping station with the NWC team, where they are installing a generator so that we can get this station up and running and supplying water. I want to commend the NWC team and the Ministry of Water and Minister Samoda for getting us the resources so that we can start supplying water again. Luana is very important because
Big titty Floyd Green. You know, one of the things that rubs me with all of them is how scripted they are. Nobody's really speaking from their heart, you know. They're all speaking from what was written for them and what is being told to them to say to us. That's why none of them sound real. It's all scripted. There's no emotion in it. There's no humanity in it. The minister is in white. Given how ravished the minister constituency, the minister looks very clean.
this is one of the areas where we have a pumping station. So once we get water flowing in Luana, then trucks can come to load and we can send them out into the communities. Outside of that, we're going to be working on Dalintoba, again, getting a generator down to Dalintoba so that can serve Black River and the environments, including the hospital. Additionally, work is happening at Newell and Liquor Park. Those already had generators but suffered some flooding damage. So the NWC technical team is working to get those up and running. So I know it is frustrating, but step by step, little by little, we will get water back in your communities.
Me say nothing wind me up like the poem or the essay where them are reading, you know. That is what really winds me up. We're going to listen more and more to the minister because the minister come on people back and we want to hear so the minister ride donkey. I sent to but the minister now really done nothing for the people. I'm sent to but in just a ride. Any donkey the minister can jump on them back. The minister just itch a ride. Itch a ride, yeah, minister. What else is there to do? Itch a ride.
We are here inside. We come in with a team led by Massacre. Want to thank the support that he has been giving for the relief efforts of Fort. MJ Trucking has been providing all our trucking needs. This is just the first of many interventions into Slipe. Slipe is a massive community, about 5 communities into one. So we're here at the crossroads now. We will be back and we are trying to get the JDF to do some airlift into areas that we can't get to. So step by step, we will recover.
Right, so you heard him right there on Massacre's back, didn't you? Let's see who's back. Who's else back the minister might just hitch a ride on. The minister in white. The minister in white in disaster zone and he's not a nurse.
We are at the end of day 4 and honestly, it feels like we've been at this for at least 4 weeks, but thankfully we are seeing some progress. Today we had massive support from the Global Empowerment Mission that came and distributed over 1,000 packages to some of our hardest hit communities. Persons from Newtown, from Spring Park, from Cambridge, all over, including Brompton, Prospect, were able to come.
Your hand gesture, minister, does not explain anything. Hand gesture normally connects to what you're explaining, or it connects to your emotion or how you feel or what. There's a total disconnect, Prime Minister, in your hand gesture and what you're trying to explain. I don't know if you rewatch these things and see the utter disconnect. But then again, they're politicians. Them daft fool as F. Sometimes they're good fool, you know. You see, when them play the fool to fool us, they even look stupider. Talk your minister. Titty them big like.
And collect packages that we know are so critical now in some of those basic food items. And I want to start there by just saying that, yes, Black River is the epicenter, but there are so many communities that are extremely devastated, over 30 communities. And I posted a list of those communities. So please, if you're looking for areas to help, you can reach out, we can direct you, but there are a number of areas that are still in need.
This particular hand gesture is to suggest to us that there is honesty in his actions and doing. When you see people talking to you with this particular hand gesture, they are saying to you, I am so honest with you. Stupid mother heifer.
Of your support. We also saw great support from the Isle of Soca Yardmas family. I want to tell them thank you for going into middle quarters, doing package distribution, and also helping by just visiting some of the residents.
Have you heard Floyd Green say thanks to the government or to the Ministry of Labor and Social Security? I really haven't heard anything of such yet. I know he's on everybody's back where he can hitch a ride.
That was amazing. Adam Vaz and your team, we were very happy to see the work that you were doing across Peacher Plains. And then there's so many people who turned up that I don't even know their names, but I am grateful because it will take all of us to get through this. We're continuing on the journey. I visited some of the communities today. I was in Seaside Galleon. I was in Middle Quarters, passed through places like Hilltop. Again, lots of devastation. But the people remain grateful that they were able to survive Hurricane Melissa, and they know we can build back together. We're going to go into some of those areas that we have not been able to touch yet. So Slight, we're coming to you. Parity, we're coming to you. We know, we hear the cries. We will be there.
With
We've seen some ways in. I've met with the Army team. We are going to help. Thanks to Minister Mackenzie, Ministry of Local Government, that was on the ground today, helping us ensuring that we're getting to more people. I also want to thank the KFC team. They have provided us with meals and it has really helped. Yesterday, we were able to help our essential workers. Today, we were able to get into more communities, distributing to residents. And I can't tell you the joy just to have a meal of that nature. Now, in these times, we have no electricity.
A meal of what nature? Pussy. A meal of what nature? One piece chicken, one biscuit, and drinks. Oh God, these people they are so talking down to us at the moment.
You really have a difficult time pulling together a hot meal. We were happy. So thank you to the KFC team. We look forward to the continued support. Step by step each day, we will get to more of you as we do our relief phase and then move into recovery.
Yeah, he really said it. The minister is on other people's back. Let's see who's else back the minister can really get on. Come remember, I said, no vehicle can drive a St. Elizabeth, you know. So, the minister...
I'm happy to share that Black River...
The minister not used to walking. The minister have to hitch a ride past somebody's back. Anybody available to give the minister a ride? Minister will take you. Go on, your minister.
I'm happy to share that Black River now has a field hospital to serve the needs of St. Elizabeth and parts of Westmoreland. I really want to thank Samaritans first, who have worked with the government of Jamaica and the JDF to establish this field hospital in a week since Hurricane Melissa. Now, this is a full service hospital with all the amenities. Already, this hospital that became operational today have seen 43 patients, including doing 2 surgeries and having 1 for tomorrow. So yes, it is a full service hospital with triage area, with accident and emergency, with a pharmacy to provide you some of your basic drug needs. Additionally, with wards, with an operating room, it produces its own oxygen, its own water, and can really treat with all our medical needs. So I really want to thank the team from Samaritans First. They are doing the work of the Lord right here in Jamaica.
They're doing the work of the Lord, he said. They are doing the work of the Lord. That's the field hospitals Samaritans First set up in Black River. Let's go over to our Westmoreland. Because if some of these things, boy, may I tell you, Jamaica journalists, when not do a good job, the people, the vloggers, them are go out in the field more than uno. Yeah, vloggers want to speak down to and look down to is bringing more information to the people. There are cut off communities, some still cut off. Even the one in Manchester, I wish I would have put community the name again. Content. Hold on. Content Manchester, host still underwater. It looked like the country over soak because a lot of people in some areas keep complaining about a rising water in their community, which is just rising from the ground. So just like a how Zara Burton said we need some JANKRO down at St. Elizabeth, we need a geological engineer them would be to go out and do all of the work for necessary. Look at some of these areas where the water spring up at the risk of flood because rain forecast for Jamaica for next week, I think, and possible the weather is going to be a bit colder, chillier. For what would we call it? Would be chilly. Let's look at this is St. James phase 2 S3. Is it an estate? I think S3 estate, St. James. Hold on. I don't think journalists.
Right, so this is how it looks on Thursday, October 30.
Hold on there. Would journalists them go on like I say, a town alone exists? Let me tell you how journalism work, Jamaica journalists, and all on big anchors. You shouldn't be sitting down in studio anchoring at the moment, you know. And if you look at this guy from ITV who is in Jamaica, he's an anchor, but he's on the ground in Jamaica. You shouldn't be anchoring from studio. The whole honor have access to satellite phone as journalists, or more so, you have access to Starlink. The whole honor can buy Starlink, just like all vloggers have Starlink. And what you do daily reporting. All of your main news bulletin is covered from on the ground, from constituency to constituency, community to community. But you sit down at home. Most of you sit down at home. With journalists them in a Jamaica don't realize we're in a national tragedy where they shouldn't be sitting in studios reporting and writing from Kingston. That's not how journalism is done. You go to the heart of the zone, particularly in a disaster. In England, yes, so. It would have taken weeks for you to see back certain anchor in a studio. The major anchors, the primetime anchors, they would be reporting for weeks. Just like how you see Chris Martin is doing in Jamaica. I think I saw that ITV journalist name, Christopher Martin, I think so. But as a journalism go, they sit down at home and a write and a talk. That's not journalism. That's news carrying, just like what Mr. Down here saw I do. If it is about journalism, you all would be anchoring from Westmoreland, from St. Elizabeth, from St. James, from Hanover, from Manchester. All of those worst hit zones. At this journalists anchor from in a disaster. When there's a war, you see all of the big anchor them jump down out of studio and them go in a war zone and they anchor from there. Our Jamaica journalists, them don't know how to put on water boot and raincoat. And them don't know how to find somebody in the community to carry them round the other route to the cut-off community. Some place where I say foreign journalists in a Jamaica, I don't see Jamaica journalists there yet. Where we had them here for walk and talk down to, we say we have vlogger, and them not do any better than we. The whole way do the same news carrying. Only work it out. Only work it out. Jamaica journalists, them are politicians. They want to be honored and they want to sit down in air condition. I don't see journalism go. In particular to what is happening in our country. We shouldn't be reporting, anchoring from, we have so much journalists in our country and 6 parish ravished by this hurricane. And we don't see journalists out there give it up to the minute. We don't say because it cut off, we can't give any reporting from there. How the vloggers them do it? How the vloggers them do it? How the TikToker them do it? How the YouTuber them do it? Everybody against we in Jamaica. Everybody against we. We have to fend for ourselves out here.
Right, so this is how it looks on Thursday, October 30. This is where they had to escape from. We're in Estuary Phase 2. And I have some of my neighbors here with me who had to escape at my back fence, and about 17 of them stayed with us on that night. This is Samantha, her daughter. She and her daughter somehow found a way to get out.
We got through the window. We had to break the glass out and came out through the window. It was a very horrible situation. I'm just giving thanks that we're alive, and thanks to my neighbors who assisted us.
And pretty much the things that you would need help with, everything.
Everything is gone. Everything is gone in the house. We didn't get to move with anything. The water was coming in so fast, I had to think about saving our lives.
So that's Samantha and your daughter.
Right.
What's her name?
Ariana.
Ariana and Samantha. We also have the Johns here. Mr. Johns.
Well, I was inside and I realized the water started gushing, and my wife here, I had to tell her that we had to come out the house, so we just grabbed the 7-year-old and we came out through the window. We didn't save nothing. We didn't get the chance to save anything.
As you can see, this bag is some clothes I got from one of our neighbors who's currently facilitating us, and got some hot beverage this morning. It was a horrible experience. The doors wouldn't pull. Water coming, the sewage coming up from the bowl, the sink, the tubs, anywhere in the house that water would go through, it comes up back. In the houses now are blocked. Everything has been lost, vehicles, everything. We're so grateful for life, but it has been almost 48 hours. We haven't received any response from anybody. The road has been cleared since yesterday. No authorities, no fire truck, no police, no one has came to see if anyone is even still in the houses.
And that's you, your husband, and your daughter.
Yes.
So that's 3 of them. How did you get out? Did you break the window, or you were able to open
no,
it?
we didn't have to break our windows, but we came through the windows. The door wouldn't pull. We had to come through the windows.
And this is Mrs. Dunkley, Kamara Dunkley. Your family, a family of how many?
5.
That's 3 kids and...
My husband and myself. Well, we saw, when I looked to the front, we saw the water there coming up. And I ran to the back door to see what's happening around. I realized that water was coming up. So my husband said, all right, you know what? Let's try to come out. We're pulling the doors. Nothing is happening. Pull the front door. Still nothing is. He decided to start breaking down the door. Try breaking down the door. Pushing with all our strength. Doors are not opening. So then everybody started crying. The girls started crying, and I look at the baby who is 1 year old, and I was like, oh God. And I broke down, and my husband grabbed us and said, we have to come out. We have to come out. And he grabbed the cylinder from the kitchen and just slammed it into the window at the bathroom. break out the glass, and he went out. He went out and he told me that he went out and he said he's gonna take us out. When he went out, I didn't see him, so I was crying out, Martin, Martin, still not getting any response. I was wondering if he drowned out there, but then I saw him coming around, and then I got the girls out. They went up on the hill. I sent out the baby so that they can hold the baby, and then I tried coming out myself. Every attempt I made to come out, I couldn't come out. I stand on the cylinder. Everything was just floating in the bathroom at that time. I put my foot on the shower head there so to come out. I fell down in the bath, get up back again, try holding on to the shower head, until eventually I put out one foot, then this foot now, I had muscle contraction, couldn't move. I decided, say, you know what, me now make muscle contraction kill me today. So I try and push until I eventually put out both feet, and my husband pulled me down. And then we went on the hill, and I saw a gentleman coming towards us, and he grabbed the baby, and he brought the baby over to you,
Yes.
who ensured that the baby was clear from all the wet clothes and dried off and everything. When I got over and I saw, and I looked back.
And Carol, there was also a flood in a part of Clarendon. It was a lot of places over Jamaica, because we were flooded in St. Elizabeth then, but Clarendon, Lionel Town, and Rocky Point, there was a river. I don't know if it was a Lionel Town river or a river that burst its bank then in the 86 June flood. A whole lot of people drowned in Clarendon then, because a lot of people were rescued on top of their houses. So in 86 June flood, Clarendon was hit hard as well, because one of my sister was living in Rocky Point at the time, and we thought she was dead. We didn't re-establish contact with her until I think in 87, when the flood subsided to a point where she could leave Rocky Point and come back to St. Elizabeth.
And I saw that we almost died in the house, or we could have been dead. But thanks be to God, we are survivors.
Yeah.
We are survivors.
What
Not
was
a
it?
good experience.
Yeah.
Not a good experience. We miss it, that we just missed it. But we're grateful to God, because He sent help, and He's the one who rescued us. You understand me? Because if we weren't thinking, we'd have been dead. Because after the doors were stuck, we started panicking. But we are alive.
What are the ages of your kids?
I have a 1-year-old
boy,
1 year and 9 months boy. I have a 13-year-old girl and a 17-year-old girl as well.
Norman, one of the things that Melissa teaches us is that we ought to be aware of our surrounding. Even those of us who live farther from the coastline, because we would possibly look at the coastline people at more risk than others. But a lot of places in Jamaica are at risk of flooding, and we ought to be aware of our surrounding where we live. It comes to the time where we can't be idle and lay anymore and the hope of skylarking. We've got to understand everything around us. I mean, like everything, from national to international. We need to understand how things get shifted and moved and played.
So those are their ages. We lost everything.
Yeah.
We lost everything. So, yeah, everything is gone. You know, we work so hard to accomplish all that we have, and everything is gone. Just like that, in the blink of an eye.
Yeah. It's far beyond emotional. We're glad that neighbors were.
Like places like here and content in Manchester, there could be dead body in those houses. So with the What I think what the Prime Minister invoke, the DNRA. What we need to do now, environmentally, and Matthew Samuda's office, need to look at all these areas that were at high risk during Melissa. And these areas, any form of disaster, hurricane pending, whether it be tropical storm or otherwise, these areas must be under mandatory evacuation, because we cannot take the risk of saving people during a flood. You have to prevent people from being in a flood. So this is one of the lessons that we ought to learn from this disaster to carry over to future preparedness for hurricane. We need to mark all of these areas that we saw were at great risk of flooding, that mass flooding happens. We need to mark these areas. So these areas, mandatory evacuation is imposed pending an upcoming hurricane or tropical storm. We can no longer take the risk and say it's a tropical storm, it's not a hurricane, so we can tough it out. No, we can measure the amount of rain we are going to come, and we can tell when a river are going to break its banks, or when the ground are going to say me full enough, or when the sea are going to say me can't take anymore. So this is something that we need to learn a lesson from going forward to implement for upcoming hurricane.
Here who would come down and realize that their neighbors weren't out. And so the associates open this gate and they rush down. I don't have their names, but we have to big them up and give God thanks for them, because they literally rushed over and tried to help and let people know that they could actually come out. Because when you're inside, and some of them, you can't see what's happening outside, so they couldn't see that the water was rising like that. It was horrifying, but we're glad that people rallied around and tried to help. Rain is coming down a little bit now. It still rains intermittently. I guess the bands are still out there, but we know that the water isn't rising anymore. We don't know what will happen after this, but this is just about 4 of maybe 40 or almost 50
and
people.
It was 17 persons who came
17
that night.
Yeah, 17 of them were staying with us that night. Thankful for those neighbors and just grateful that we were there at the time. So some people went up that side and other persons were able to help them. A few of them might have gotten the chance to go to family members in neighboring communities, but by far most of them are still.
Yes, Patricia, I follow colors a lot as well.
I know there are probably other people in Jamaica who are going through stuff too, but if you're close to estuary, and if you know me and you're able to help, just connect. And yes, we'll try to get this to all the relevant authorities, because it is dire, it is horrifying.
Kingston's story, that is so true, because even throughout our community of Parity there, you barely can dig a grave to even make a sepulchre, where you know we don't go too deep when we make a sepulchre, without water springing up. So a lot of our community in Jamaica is heavily water-based. So the risk of flooding can exacerbate very, very quickly. Can get out of hand very quick.
And we just give God thanks for life, and we continue to pray and see how we can help, literally and tangibly, with this situation. Yeah, see the vehicles, everything, they have lost simply everything. These are people who would have prepared for the hurricane, but never knew that it would have been to this extent. So this is Estuary Phase 2, Friendship, St. James. Yeah.
Now, Zara Burton asks a question. I hope the Labour right them are listen. Maybe the Labour right them could help out, yes, so, you know. Not tell no lie. Because when you listen to them over social media, what else could we find?
Morning.
for them to do.
I had some questions, but I don't necessarily know if anybody from the environmental sector is here. It has to do with just the decaying of carcasses and speeding that up. I went on Friday, didn't see any JANKROs in the air, and wondered, on a serious note, if anything could be done about getting some JANKROs in the area to take up some of the carcasses. Morning. I had
labor rights. Labor rights. Zara Burton said we have work phone down at St. Elizabeth. I don't know if anyone on want jump on. Prime Minister, we have set down the whole of the things then because we know say when it come to an election, you go walk and boast.
Today, 2 aircraft from Spain landed Jamaica.
We know, say Prime Minister, this government, without the international community, without vloggers, influencers, TikTokers, and YouTubers, the people of Jamaica would have not seen any help. Because there's so many places all over the country where influencers and celebrity reach, where only government agencies from both sides of the kind. Just few weeks ago, the whole want to put on water boat, jump over river, crawl uphill, go through Tontile and crawl under low wire fence like soldier, figure look vote. And we don't know the mud chop them now. So we walk and set down everything, Prime Minister.
Today, 2 aircraft from Spain landed Jamaica. They'll bring very much needed aid in form of personnel and cargo. They will carry out an extraordinary work. Spain will be deploying a START emergency response hospital to assist those mostly affected in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. START is the acronym of Spanish Technical Aid and Response Team. This kind of hospital is to be located in Falmouth Hospital, and it's a fully fledged and state-of-the-art facility. Well, interestingly, it's self-sufficient, totally self-sufficient. It has its own generators, solar panels, water purifiers, waste management systems, and incinerators, everything you can imagine. It's capable of 24-hour-a-day operation, surgical capacities to perform 7 major or 15 minor surgeries daily. An average of 200 up to 400 persons can be treated daily. And the hospital services will be provided absolutely free of cost to Jamaican patients and at zero cost to the government of Jamaica.
Prime Minister, that part that I want you to hear. Free. Because we see a loan generator and we soon sell Skylink. Free, he said. Free. And while we're at it, Prime Minister, this is my own initiative. To the team of genocidal doctors that has arrived in Jamaica, the Israelis, for me, your persona non grata. You have all stood by a genocide. And the same way when I see Palestinian children, when I go see black children, even in a worse light. So personally from me, the Israeli medical team in Jamaica is persona non grata. You're all murderers. Me not say you have any good intention in this world. You have never shown it. All right? So that's my story, pa uno, persona non grata. So Prime Minister, the Spanish people them say, when the people them get the treatment, you know, for charge them for set down their name, you know, for charge them for medication, you know, for charge them for any form of diagnostic or anything of the sort of such, because it is free from the Spanish government, just like the generator and same thing them with the Spanish government sending the prime minister. Where you labor right people them have a St. Elizabeth sell for $133,000. Yes, the government start this thing already. That's why the government grab up ADPEM, care back what show down in the office. We never even know saying Lenny back to Desmond McKenzie. Because I would have must in a Desmond McKenzie portfolio ADPEM did there when we never know which party did there. And now the Prime Minister said the amount we are coming at the country. The Prime Minister grab it up. Everything the Prime Minister say now where money depend, it a run from the Office of Plenty Ministry. While the people of Jamaica stranded, hungry, thirsty, asleep in the element, and disease soon break out round them. Labor rights, Zara Burton said we need some honor down at St. Elizabeth.
Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Josh. I'm sitting here with Anna and her beautiful family. We have a huge concern. I'm going to show you what the concern is right now, guys. We're on Reading Road, and if you see, we've got a stranded community this way, right? So I need boats. I need air assets. You send me helicopters. You send me everything I need to get to these people. There's about 300 people back here stranded, guys. It's been like this since the hurricane. We have the assets available. We need people to get off their ass now and start supporting this mission. This ain't no joke. Let's get off our asses, people. All back here, look. Stranded community. If we can't, I'm going to go back there. They've been getting back there in a refrigerator, guys. Paddling a damn refrigerator to go help people out. Come on. We know the resources are there. Let's start moving.
The international community is watching, Prime Minister. We know the resources are there. Let's start moving. Because all of these people have seen and watched the plethora of resources that have come into the country. Even yesterday, the Prime Minister took to the podium. The Prime Minister took to the podium and was telling us that the investment in JDF pay off. The same JDF where dead bodies around the country that's not been retrieved. A JDF who's waiting to get into a community on foot. A JDF that doesn't have inflatable boats to get to cut off community. The Prime Minister came out and told us yesterday the investment in the Jamaica Defense Force paid off. You may want to tap the Prime Minister on his shoulder when you see him and ask him, what was that about? I myself, though, is unable to explain what he really means by that. That everybody says the people them now get the help. So it look like no, everybody from Farrington, PNP, or actually this is a Mount Golden White, and so let's group up with the white man against Andrew. I must so go because them attack.
My years as a content creator, I felt truly bad for filming, but I also know how important it is to share what's happening. We have stationed ourselves at Petersfield High School, where the need for aid is overwhelming. It's not just about bringing nurses food and water, it's about being the people's voice. There's no water, no food, and the toilets are not working. Water is standing still with rotting livestock throughout the community, creating a serious public health risk. The chances of a cholera outbreak is extremely high, along with other illnesses caused by infectious wound punctures and contaminated water. Among those affected are pregnant women and women with young children, many of whom have no safe space, no clean water, and no sanitation. When aid arrives, the entire community lines up for hours, but what they receive lasts only a day or two. There's still no government presence. Everyone helping here are local community activists.
Prime Minister, these are white people, you know. These are not black us. These are not us who are wedged into the political psyche of our country. These are people who are detached from our tribal corruption of our politics. This is not a PNP thing. This is a cry for help from everybody, from the international scene and in Jamaica. Whenever time they go to these places, Prime Minister, it's always a cry for help. And everybody can't be telling lie that government is still yet to be seen. But the Prime Minister came to the podium yesterday, almost having a patsy fit. We will hear some of it shortly.
Activists doing everything they can with very limited resources. We have identified a critical need to create a safe space for women and children, a place where they can be safe, seen, and supported. We urgently need water and food, large-scale water filtration systems, solar power, Starlink for communication, generators, security support, registered Jamaican nurses and medical volunteers. The risk of disease and dehydration is rising fast. Please help however you can. Share, donate, or connect with anyone who can assist. This is the first.
Well, I'm going to tell you, this is a dangerous attack upon the people of Jamaica, because overnight, food has become a weapon against the people. Overnight, food has become a weapon against the people. So we have to learn from this. And we have to say we're in government.
Of support measures to help its contributors and mortgagors recover from the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa. First,
no, we will deal with this tonight. That no one deal with what the Prime Minister and the dead baby them there. The hungry baby when I hear.
Food, water, medicine, clothing.
These are the things that the Prime Minister said they have provided so far to the people of Jamaica.
Food, water, medicine, clothing, emergency shelter, and services, medical services, search and rescue, or in most cases now, search and recovery of bodies. Other services as well, psychological and emotional, the mental health services. And in our case, the desperate effort to restore some form of connectivity. Because the loss of connection has also been significant, which adds to the emotional and mental health crisis that we face. Persons trying to get in touch with loved ones, persons feeling disconnected, who have for almost all their lives relied upon being able to pick up the phone and call a loved one. So in the initial few days, there was a scramble. And that scramble essentially was, my hand is up, I need help. And the system trying to respond to the loudest voices or the most frantic wave of hands. As of today, we are out of that phase. No,
that's the psychosis part of the Prime Minister. What we're coming up now to is the schizophrenia. We'll come up to the schizophrenia part now. We just step away from psychosis and now into schizophrenia.
A systematic response will take over in the relief effort. And you would see that the government has made certain actions to ensure that there is a systematic response. Let me say it in another way. I hear the cry of every baby that is now hungry in a community that is not yet reached. It goes to bed with me. And I have to think of it in this way. Do I try myself to jump on a helicopter with a package to reach the baby that is crying? Or do I try to develop a system to get more helicopters?
I mean, if there was any humanity in you, what would have stopped you from jumping on a helicopter to bring baby nappies and feed? I mean, when you wanted the vote, you did it. I mean, you flew around the country here, there, and everywhere. And to hear the cries of the hungry baby prime minister, and to go to bed with a belly full, wake up and have breakfast before getting to those babies or not getting to them at all. And people want to tell me, say, you're not mad. People want to say the prime minister do mad. And the prime minister clearly told us 2015 or so on. Was it 2015 or 2013 when the other what the man the name from Fenton? The prime minister have schizophrenia from then. I feel we fault in Jamaica. I feel we fault. We take power get to madman. Madman where he advice. If madman he advice say cut off your throat. Government now send madman to prison. Government has send madman in a mental health hospital because I know him cut your throat. And the demons will take him over and say cut the throat there. I saw it go, you know. I saw it go. And we take up man where hear voice and see come back and reveal it again. I am still hearing voices. Those voices in the prime minister, if those voices in your head allow you to sleep, they not do their job. Let me tell you something. Because holy power out here, when I hear voice, can't sleep. With conscience alone, with humanity alone, prime minister, make we can't sleep when we see what happened down a yard. So if you still are here the voice them and you manage to go on your bed with belly full, you manage to wake up and eat, and you don't respond to the voice them, something wrong enough for your mental health. Something wrong with for your mental health, prime minister. That you can hear hungry baby a cry. Remember how you run out for the dead baby them? You run out for the dead baby them, you never stop till Portia Simpson I forget rid a Fenton Ferguson. But now the baby them a cry to you, Mr. Oldness, with hunger, Mr. Oldness, we not eat family to pass. The prime minister though can go to bed and can wake up and eat again. It's gonna take me too much trip on the helicopter, he says, to get to so much hungry crying babies. Well, no, there's the same thing wrong in our country. No, talk it truth. Oh, no, there's the same thing wrong.
Response will take over in the relief effort. And you would see that the government has made certain actions to ensure that there is a systematic response. Let me say it in another way. I hear the cry of every baby that is now hungry in a community that is not yet reached. It goes to bed with me. And I have to think of it in this way. Do I try myself to jump on a helicopter with a package to reach the baby that is crying? Or do I try to develop a system to get more helicopters in, to get more packages put together?
But Prime Minister, when we see how much helicopter come from far and how much boat come from far and you still not get to them. The same thing them in your head need to get more old pan or something and knock. Because the nice them in your head really not disturbing you enough. So they may need to step up their game. They may need to get friend and company to come help them knock and make noise in your head. Because enough. They are not really doing enough at the moment. There's need to be more noise in your head. That's you get up and call the JDF and say, me can't sleep till them baby I eat. But this is the optic that the Prime Minister continue to play with us. Lord Jesus, Jamaica people, I want to hold on, you see. Don't let this government uptick this them way out of this. We must hang, draw, and quarter them. Don't let them uptick their way out of this. Marcus Garvey said a politician head will roll down Duke Street or wherever. Could it be Andrew Holness's head? Because the Prime Minister said the petrol are dirty. I'm going to always be saying this, Prime Minister, till you stop strike the matches. Petrol is all over the floor, Prime Minister. There's petrol all over the floor. Stop striking that bloody match. We don't have fire brigade in our country. We don't have a road for fire brigade get to. Stop striking that match, Prime Minister. Now that we see the JDF and the JCF can deal with disaster, stop striking that match. The entire house may blow up, Prime Minister, and all of us will be left homeless. Stop striking the bloody match. That's all I want to warn you and tell you this morning. Because I don't know how much Jamaicans say, oh, you walk and strike matches sticking. I don't know if Jamaica say, yeah, walk and strike matches, boy.
To get more supplies in, to get more support, to be able to reach those babies that are crying. While at the same time, saying to Keith and Darrell and Minister Tufton, get out there, get out there.
We're now going to sit down and make Andrew Holness uptick out everything and nothing not done for the people of Jamaica. When we see so much money is being collected, so much supplies.
No, I don't look like what I've been through. Trust me. I had to get myself.
So much supplies coming into the country. And people, the three basics cannot even be met. Food, water, and shelter. Let me say to the rest of Jamaica, who are in a psychosis at the moment, who's far detached from what is happening in St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Manchester, Hanover, St. James, and all of that. St. Mary and so on. Those are you who didn't get hit hard by Melissa. When the cholera outbreak comes, when the gastroenteritis outbreak comes, when the dengue outbreak comes, it's not going to only stay in the disaster-ravished zones. It will spread over the country like a wildfire. And even some of you who are detached, disconnected, and is safe from all of what we'll go through on the southwestern, northwestern coast of the country. The cholera, the gastroenteritis, and the dengue, it will not reside just with us. It will walk its path across Jamaica. So don't think to say, are we one? I go get affected. If we have such an outbreak, the entire country is at risk. Remember when I have hospital, we're running water, them full of dead cow, dead goat, hog, human, bird, fish, you name it, we're dead. Can't in our water right now. But there is no concern of the government when it comes to dead body and a pending epidemic. A pending epidemic, a pending humanity, not even a pending humanitarian disaster. We have an unfolding humanitarian disaster in our country, where the more this continue, more people will die. People with underlying health condition like cholesterol, blood pressure, diabetes, as people who are asthmatic, people who have got respiratory problem, people who their immune system is being compromised. There's a disaster looming. But there is no concern coming from government. It's like them think to say we want to send this better go get wiped out. The whole of we Jamaicans are at risk at the moment. The whole of we at risk at the moment. Any outbreak in Jamaica, you all up on the hill are not safe either. You all up on the hill, you, the more fortunate lot, you're all not safe. You who are not touched by this disaster, those of you vloggers and supporters who have to go cap in hand with the government if it means getting rid of a lot of us, you won't be immune from this.
No, I don't look like what I've been through. Trust me. I had was to get myself into Kingston, into Spanish Town, to kind of just come pull myself together and revamp, because I was losing myself, I was losing my sanity, and I just came up into Spanish Town yesterday, Wednesday, it's Thursday now, to come get some food kind, etc. One chubby a selfie, $300. One pack soup, $500. Flow, I don't know if you don't know this, but some parts in the Western Hemisphere, a phone line alone a pick up, and your representatives are capitalizing off of this, and I'm selling a chip for $3,500. Now, with the limited time that I have, because I'm about to skip out of Spanish Town and go get certain things done, and when I go back into the Western Hemisphere, my phone is not going to be up and running, but this is my few cents that I'm going to leave here. One of the things, since I've seen the news, since everything, last night was the first I saw the news. One place specifically I'm going to use as an example is going to close their house, their shelter, because of lack of water, etc., etc. That is Petersfield High, right? That is one. Two, the people on the inland now get no food. People on the inland are not getting any food. One thing that the government say, me not getting a government business, but one of the things that the government says, which I don't agree with, it is complete fuckery. Uno say with me, just God still is working on me. A complete fuckery. You have to have some middleman want to liaison with the government facilities, the government entities cannot do this by themselves.
This is why I cannot call this bullshit incompetency. It's all deliberate criminality. It's wickedness, because all of us know what to be done. All of us who don't have the power know what exactly is to be done. Those who have the power, though, is behaving as if they know fuck all. And at the same time, they're patting themselves on the back how well they have done. What an insanity.
No, I don't look like what I've been through. Trust me. I had was to get myself into Kingston, into Spanish Town, to kind of just come pull myself together and revamp, because I was losing myself, I was losing my sanity, and I just came up into Spanish Town yesterday, Wednesday, it's Thursday now, to come get some food kind, etc. One chubby a selfie, $300. One pack soup, $500. Flow, I don't know if you don't know this, but some parts in the Western Hemisphere, a phone line alone a pick up, and your representatives are capitalizing off of this, and I'm selling a chip for $3,500. Now, with the limited time that I have, because I'm about to skip out of Spanish Town and go get certain things done, and when I go back into the Western Hemisphere, my phone is not going to be up and running, but this is my few cents that I'm going to leave here. One of the things, since I've seen the news, since everything, last night was the first I saw the news. One place specifically I'm going to use as an example is going to close their house, their shelter, because of lack of water, etc., etc. That is Petersfield High, right? That is one. Two, People on the inland now get no food. People on the inland are not getting any food. One thing that the government say, me not getting a government business, but one of the things that the government says, which I don't agree with, it is complete fuckery. Or no, say with me. Just God still is working on me. A complete fuckery. You have to have some middleman want to liaison with the government facilities, the government entities cannot do this by themselves. They do not know community. They don't know inland. They have to liaison, form a committee with grown persons, work with these people, form subcommittees so these people know report directly to the councillor or directly to the MP. So you want to have eyes and want to have ears in each community. I am more than willing to help. I'm already doing what I can do. I'm already volunteering, doing stuff. I'm already doing it. I'm already on the ground. If you don't need my help, reach out to me via email. I will get back to you, share my telephone number, and we can go from there. So let me just get into it. Now, some of the schools don't have nobody living at them in terms of shelter. There are schools where nobody is in them that can be used as shelter. We no need to scout out. And again, you see government when not build school, when not build back a school, them don't build no board and no zinc tap. Because we can't send people at them the place they for shelter, for storm, and them the place that themselves can't even hold up. No, me no say anything can happen and it's still not collapse, you know. But at least make it hurricane proof. At least one section on a school compound to be hurricane proof. So when people go in there for shelter because of a hurricane, at least they know say, all right, then it is durable. There's durability. Now, when we talk about water in the Western Hemisphere, I don't know how much water bodies are contaminated. I cannot say. I have been to the river Sunday, go wash clothes. People at the river go wash. There are springs. One specifically that I know of that they're up near Kiev, where people come with their jug and they might catch water and they're drinking. No, me not say nobody go drink it. Water Commission, you can come out, go and go test the source here, see if it's a credible source where water can get this off a drink, and we get some trucks, the tankers, full them, go up there, go full the water. You understand what I say? And see how much you can put in a some tank or whatsoever and make people have drinking water. The water from the river itself, when you throw a little bleach in it or something, so people can use it for wash or people can use it for bathe. I'm just throwing things out there. I'm not telling you what to do. From what I've seen, I'm saying what is there, the resources that is there, we make use of what we have there. So far that I've seen, all the organizations are not working together. Everybody just do their own thing because there's some people who don't want to work with the government because then everybody know how the government stay already, so they might do their own thing by themselves. People who are doing things by yourself, reach out to other people who are also doing it, liaison with them and see how much you can do another, because I have some of these people who never have no 9 to 5 from morning, who actively they are looting and they are doing things. They are looting and they are doing things, and when you chuck on things and come from town with food and whatever, these people put themselves at the roadside, and if 10 trucks pass for the day, they bombard these trucks and then get what they forget, and people on the inland are not getting anything. I repeat, people on the inland are not getting anything. So no need a middleman. Where the middleman wanna work with. Let us just say, for example, me, I live at Ferris. Me live near the Ferris, Redgate. You understand? I've seen the whole community. I know people there. I know people who have gotten that there's absolutely no house left. There's absolutely no house at all that is left. You understand? How are we going to feed these people? These people need to be clustered together in a shelter. Jesus Christ put the people them together, put team leaders there. If you have these people under one roof, 100 or so, 100 or so, 200 or so in each community, or however you want to put them, get some blow up beds or whatever it can, if you can. That mean people from the health sector will have access to these people, where if they have to give them measles, mumps and rubella injection, I don't know, they can give it to them. Fever outbreaks, whatever. It's just that you have these people in an area where the things can be, where contaminated things can be quarantined to an extent. You know, have
for those who live near marshlands where we call morass, we don't know, there's a time of the year when morass dry and refresh itself. But try not drop matches stick near dry morass. Because when you drop matches stick near dry morass, it run like wildfire through the entire morass field. This is what is looming around Jamaica. Any little outbreak of disease at the moment, it will spread like wildfire. It's actually the plan of the government, because the mass deaths that the government wanted from the disaster, they didn't got it. They didn't get it. This is why them upset and people are talking about the dead body them. The government want it to be done in another natural way. This is why the government is creating a humanitarian disaster, weakening the immune system of the people, leaving them in unsanitary condition, so disease can break out around them. And my God, will it spread like wildfire if it does happen.
Trucks, the tankers, full them, go up, they go full the water. You understand what I say? And see how much you can put in a some tanker or whatsoever and make people have drinking water. The water from the river itself, when you throw a little bleach in it or something, so people can use it for wash or people can use it for bathe. I'm just throwing things out there. I'm not telling you what to do. From what I've seen, I'm saying what is there, the resources that is there, we make use of what we have there. So far that I've seen, all the organizations are not working together. Everybody just do their own thing, because there's some people who don't want to work with the government, because then everybody know how the government stay already, so they might do their own thing by themselves. People who are doing things by yourself, reach out to other people who are also doing it, liaison with them and see how much you can do another, because I have some people, some of these people who never have no 9 to 5 from morning, who actively, they are looting and they are doing things. They are looting and they're doing things, and when you chuck on things and come from town with food and whatever, these people put themselves at the roadside, and if 10 trucks pass for the day, they bombard these trucks and then get what they forget, and people on the inland are not getting anything. I repeat, people on the inland are not getting anything. So no need a middleman. Where the middleman wanna work with? Let us just say, for example, me, I live at Ferris. Me live near to Ferris, Redgate. You understand? I've seen the whole community. I know people there. I know people who have gotten, that there's absolutely no house left. There's absolutely no house at all that is left. You understand? How are we going to feed these people? These people need to be clustered together in a shelter. Jesus Christ put the people them together, put team leaders there. If you have these people under one roof, 100 or so, 100 or so, 200 or so in each community, or however you want to put them, get some blow-up beds or whatever it can, if you can.
Jamaicans, yard and abroad, make we tough it out. It's a cycle. A part of this disaster is a psychological warfare. If we're not dead large scale, then one we have mental breakdown large scale. Uno make we tough it out. Make we show them say, this no worse than slavery. Make we show them say, where we are go to, the bloodline used to it. 400 years of it. This year baby galang into where we go to, where we bloodline used to. Let's tough it out. Because they're looking for mass death or mass mental breakdown.
That mean people from the health sector will have access to these people, where if they have to give them measles, mumps and rubella injection, I don't know, they can give it to them. Fever outbreaks, whatever. It's just that you have these people in an area where the things can be, where contaminated things can be quarantined to an extent. You know, have them yesterday all over the place. People who are donating food, for example, you decide you're going to deal with one community, take care of one community, because you have people there you can liaison with. So for example, even Petersfield High School, where they're going to have to close, I have a massive headache. You see, it's not even funny. Petersfield, where they're going to have to close their shelter, should not be, because the water can be trucked from the rivers, as me say, if you check and it's not contaminated. Better provisions where food are concerned. Some of them people that didn't do nothing. These people are not doing anything. They just sit there, walk up and down on the compound. Give them work to do. Give them work to do. Assign them who over here so, who over there so. You have a team leader that is there. Whoever is there as a team leader is now going to liaison back with the councillor or whoever it is to say, well then, all right, we fed 100 of them this morning, we give them breakfast this morning, this was what we gave out, this is how much water we gave out, and what, and so all these things can be accounted for. But when you have people just unruly all over the place, so they want to do all these things, it is not working out. So we need people on the inside. We need some community people who know the nook and crannies of these communities, who can liaison with the councillor, who can liaison with a bigger team leader. If you say, all right, then we have 20 people up here, so 30 people over there, so put it together, and then you see how best you can come together. If you say, all right, then we have 600 people in the community, and this is how we're going to help the 600 of them. Not to mention some of these people, especially men and even women that have been affected, that are in the shelters. Give them work for we have to build back the community. Government alone cannot build back the community. Resources that come in from overseas cannot do the work. Some of them money when and do nothing.
Stay strong, Muriel. Stay strong. We have to
get their boards and them thing together. Uno send nail, uno send plyboard, whatever it is, and structure on the thing when you say, all right, this is a community here, we're gonna build back 3 little board house this a weekend. Nobody not really want board house, but at least it is better for them to be in something, you understand, and out of the shelter as quick as possible, so as they can go back to some form of normalcy. They can go back to some form of normalcy. So some of these men, put them to work. Put them to work. Put them to work. Don't just depend on volunteers, firefighters, police, and whoever to come do clean up and whatever. I understand that the trauma.
Sorry. These are the reason why revolutions are necessary and is needed. Because when the people understands the mission and know what to do, but government refuse to do anything, nothing should stop us, the people, from overthrowing government and run our affairs ourselves to benefit us. It is what we've seen in places like Madagascar, Nepal, and all of this. When these people become non-function, we should overthrow them. We should march upon them. The entire country should march upon them. If they don't feel safe, then they vacate the space. It's as simple as that. But we don't have to sit down and make government kill we off 1-1. We can rise up. We've seen many countries do it successfully. They might go kill some away, but it's a price. You better than kill some than all.
Trauma these people have suffered, but we have to hit the ground running. We have to hit the ground running. We have to, as soon as possible, get back to some form of normalcy, and the community itself has to play a part in it. It can't be everybody who are come from overseas. It can't be people who are come from town, them just come for one day, come and donate. Who is on the ground, give them work to do. Give these men a stipend at the end of it all. So we know, say, all right, Miss Mary, a fair board and sink them over there, so Miss Achina film something over there, so let us put it together and build something for the time being to put them in there so we can get them out of the shelter as soon as possible and have them return to some form of normalcy. But where the shelters are concerned, we need team leaders. Team leaders should be a liaison with the MPs or the councillors or the persons in organizations who are giving charitable items, charitable stuff. And so these things can be itemized. We know what is given out, we know what is left. We don't have to utilize people. Government of Jamaica no have to utilize people. No can't cut out no middleman. No can't cut out people. No have to, you know, need, listen man, same like how you take up census. You need people for go in and out of community, taking these things down and reporting back, and we put some infrastructures in place. This thing is all over the place. This thing is all over the place. Some people get one bottle of water for the day, one of this, one of that. The resources that the government have, you understand, can be used to do other things while people are being utilized to do some things. May I ask you to make it work, please and thanks. People on the inside are not getting anything to eat. People on the inside don't have no water. There are people who are trying to pull themselves back together, get one little place put up over their head. So listen, we have to come together. If communication, no communication now go on, everybody does do what they want to do, and it is not going to work. Find representatives in each communities. Get a listing of what is happening in there. Get the resources together and see how best you can help each.
Everybody except for the government knows exactly what ought to be done. Everybody except for this government knows what it is that ought to be done, what would temporarily alleviate the frustration, the hopelessness, the fear, the feeling of nothingness. We have no government, Jamaica. It is time for the people to act. When government goes missing, the people must take over their own affairs. This is where we leave it this morning. We're going to continue to highlight the plight of our people. We're going to continue to call out the government. No amount of criticism, no amount of comrade bashing is going to tell me that, you know what, they're saying we shouldn't bring politics into it. Let me focus on something else. But if I focus on what is happening in the disaster zone, how can you avoid politics? Because the state is not getting to the people. Government is not doing enough for the people. Dead bodies and dead carcasses around the country, government have no concern. How are we then not to be political about this? Who have we elected to take care of our affairs? Who do we call upon when we need such services? Who do we put in place to provide these services? Why is it not political? How you get it that way then? Because everything about it, it's political, and not just political, wicked. Wickedness trumps over politics at the moment, because a constituency like Floyd Green, which is a JLP constituency, is being treated similarly to how Dayton, Campbell, or Dwayne Val's constituency has been treated, because the agenda is broader than party politics, which most of you bumblehole in Jamaica now get at the moment. This agenda is broader than party politics. It's an old master agenda. It's the international community's agenda. You're not watching the stage. That's why the whole theater is missing you. You're not focused on what is going on the stage. And on the stage is where the actual act goes down. Thank you for being here with us this morning. Lovely to have your support as always. I'm not sure if I'm going to come on this evening, but I'm going to keep an eye out for my broadcast. If all pan Jamaica, as Mr. Wiffy, stay strong, there's an attempt to mad us, yard and abroad. There is an attempt to mad we. I can assure this government, I will be angry, I will be frustrated, but I promise this government, you can't mad me. I am from the Maroon bloodline, Prime Minister. We have been through a lot. I'm from the bloodline of the enslaved, Prime Minister. We have been through a lot. And make no fool, Prime Minister. No dunce no come from down a parity. We know, say, along that stretch of coastline, from Crane Road right up to High Windad, we live on an expensive piece of Jamaica. We know that's what the war is about, Prime Minister. That's the much that I would say to you. We know where we are. We know what it is all about. Thank you and goodbye.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. That's a people day. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear not hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rub and cheat, and not press the poor. Make up what I seen to. Make a man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make a man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite part, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the them can sell out Rasta and sell it out. I sell out Babylon. They give man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead and can sell out Rasta and sell out. I sell out Babylon. Just stop on the front. You might throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black baby man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all
Randy, you have
wicked
to reverse it and watch it over.
You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black big him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.